Hi Aries, welcome to Higher Source Tarot for your weekly tarot check for all Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. And this is for the week of May 31st through June 7th. Okay, so we go Sunday to Sunday here. And I hope you're all staying well. I recently posted a monthly reading, and that's of course a little more in-depth than the weekly reading. So if you're interested in a monthly tarot scope, that is up. And I do want to thank everyone for watching the readings. I'm having a great time reading for you, so thanks again for your support. And if you're new around here, I'd love to have you as a subscriber. If you tap the bell, you'll be notified when new videos are posted, but it's generally about every week. So I do a weekly, I do a monthly, a mid-month, and then I've added a love check to the lineup, and that will be the first Friday of the month. So that'll be coming up too. So let's see what's going on here for this week for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for Aries. Now, I date the readings basically for organizational purposes. I do feel like I'm pulling energy for the week, but I also think that, I have people showing up in the middle of the week, and I still think you can get something out of that because it's really, you're talking about a divinatory kind of a thing. There's not really a rigid timeline to it. Time is really for our own humanity, so we don't think we're nuts. But I still do organize the readings by week. So here we go. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay, and we begin here. If you're new, we go day by day, and we begin on Sunday. You've got the Nine of Pentacles here. Monday, the King of Wands. Tuesday, you've got the Tower. Wednesday, the Page of Swords. Thursday, you've got the Nine of Wands. Then Friday, you've got the Nine of Cups. Saturday, you've got the Ten of Pentacles. And then Sunday, you've got the Five of Pentacles. Well, I definitely think you're going to have a conflict here this week, but I do think that you're going to be able to navigate it. And I actually think for some of you, if you've been having some kind of a fight over money, or you're doing pretty well financially right now, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic, but you've managed to navigate this well. You've got somebody that is looking for money. I feel like it's the conflict to me has something to do with money here. But again, like I said, I feel like you're going to navigate that. And yeah, so you start off here on Sunday with the Nine of Pentacles, and this is often called the single lady card. So some of you may actually be single, but it's you're happy doing it. You can buy what you want, you can go where you want, you can kind of do what you want. And Aries likes that. Aries is a leader. Aries is the initiator of the zodiac. And you like to take charge. And sometimes if you've been in relationships where it felt like you had almost an anchor that you were dragging around, I guess for somebody I'm getting that, where this has really been a breath of fresh air. I do think you have somebody interested in you. It might be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You do have, too, just to kind of cover this, you've got all the elements represented here. The energy is nice for a weekly reading because it's not like it's, you've got 4 or 5 major arcana here where it just seems like, there's no way it could be contained in a week. I actually feel like this is something that you're going to encounter this week. So you begin here, and some of you are going to be able to start making appointments for self-care, personal care, like hair, stuff like that, if you haven't already. Planning ahead, somebody is planning and looking at some kind of a road trip and just kind of getting some organization around it. I'm seeing like being on a computer, doing some research, but I'm also seeing there's sort of a balance with it, okay? Because really the Nine of Pentacles here, she's out in her garden. She's very, she's just very regal. And there's that kind of energy where you feel like it's limitless. You've got what you need to do what you want to do. And that momentum continues into Monday. So some of you begin the week here with a great momentum. You've got great ideas. People around you are looking for leadership. That's what you're good at. It's what you bring to the table, and they want it. They're looking for you and your ideas, and sometimes that can feel like a little bit of pressure. Like, can anyone else here think besides me? Does anyone else here have anything? Anyone? But I do feel like it's a very attractive quality in you. And like I said, I do think you have someone who's interested in you, that they're watching you. They are definitely watching. They're paying attention. It feels a little bit like a secret admirer, like they've got some kind of a crush. I do think they're going to come forward with it. I don't know about this week, but I definitely think it will develop to the point where they're going to be looking to let you know that. Now, Tuesday, you have a tower moment here. And, with the tower, it's all about, it's quick and sudden change. For some of you, like I said, I feel like it's money related. You might have somebody quit on you if you're in a management position that you weren't expecting, and it creates a gap. And it's frustrating because you've done a lot for this person and they kind of just up and walk out. Or if you've experienced that already, that energy's still in the week, where it's just kind of trying to plug in some holes that wasn't expected. For some of you, like I said, I feel like there's somebody who wants money from you. They want something, and they may do something even like where they try to pull some kind of legal crap, and it's not anything that's, that's going to hold up. I saw somebody on I think it was Facebook. It was something to do with travel. Anyway, they were wondering about getting refunds, and people were commenting, yes, I've already received it. No, I haven't. Or they said it would be 90 days, still nothing. And people were saying, then you should contact them and say, I'm getting my attorney involved. I can't stand that, especially when you're not planning on doing it. I work in a situation where people who are indigent do that all the time. And it's like, not to me directly, but they do it towards my place of employment. It's like, look, that doesn't scare anybody. Let's just have a conversation. What you can do, though, if you're not getting a refund, if you can't get them on the phone, you've made attempts, especially if you used a credit card, call your credit card company and file a dispute. And that usually gets them either to refund it very quickly, or the credit card will reverse the charge. So I've got quite a tangent there. I apologize, but that must be relevant to somebody. But yeah, like I said, it feels like somebody's kind of a baby here. They're immature, so this is on Wednesday here. You've got the Page of Swords. I feel like this energy is about two different things. It is somebody who's definitely got a crush and watching you, and they're kind of suave and debonair, and they're just kind of like, they'd like to just kind of swoop in and sweep you right off your feet. They're the kind of person too that would send anonymous cards and love notes. They like things like love notes and poems and things like that. And so I feel like they are definitely doing some internet spying, and are just kind of wondering when is the right time to come in. And in terms of this money situation, I think you are going to have words with somebody, but you're going to have the last word. You're not going to give up. I mean, Aries generally, when it comes to something like that, do not like to back down. You're going to stand strong in that. And Thursday, you've got the 9 of Wands here. I do think Aries are sensitive about their head, and you'll notice on this card, the bandage, it's a psychic wound. I feel like on Thursday, you may have a bit of an emotional hangover. Like you're just kind of tired of dealing with somebody else's crap, where they have not done some things for themselves, and now they're trying to cover and make adjustments that are not anybody else's responsibility. They have not been responsible for their own life, and now it's like this panic thing. Well, I'm sorry, this is a great opportunity to start taking care of yourself, but I do feel like it comes with a bit of an emotional hangover, like I said. So you're going to continue though, and it is an energy that doesn't last for long, okay? It's kind of this big tower thing that comes in, sweeps away something, and it also lets you see who needs to be around you and who doesn't. So for some of you, it's like, well, there's an exit strategy in that. I've already kind of not been enjoying their company, and now here's a real reason to just say this is not going to continue. So here you sit. You have the 9 of Cups here, and I really like it because you have a 10 right after that. This is on Thursday, or excuse me, this is Friday. You have the 9 of Cups. And this too, I like this because you also have it's interesting, you got the 9 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and then the 10 of Pentacles here. So with the Nine of Cups, this is definitely wish fulfillment, but it's also about reciprocity. So you may have somebody that witnesses this tete-a-tete and kind of comes in and says, let's go get coffee, and they buy you a cup of coffee. It's something like that. It's also being happy and content, but not quite complete. So I think you are going to receive a little gesture here. And again, it could be something like as small as a cup of coffee or some little gift. I feel like it is a tangible gift that's coming your way. And it just kind of touches you. Like people see you, they see what you're doing, they value you, and they want to let you know. On Saturday, you definitely are feeling good about money. You've got the wealth card here. This is the Ten of Pentacles. I absolutely love this card because there's just not a down way to look at it. So for your money outlook here, you definitely have security and you have more money coming in. So if you have not been spending money because of the situation that we're in, you may take a peek at your bank account and really see that you've saved a lot of money. You also may have had some things refunded and it's put you on level ground where maybe in the past you might have had a little bit of credit card debt or something hanging out there. But again, it's the wealth card and it's harmony and comfort for everyone. So some of you may have a bit of just a gathering, a small gathering where it's just a cookout or something, not a ton of people, but enough people that it just is a really nice way to spend a Saturday. And then on Sunday, you have this change card. You've got the Five of Pentacles here. And this is an interesting aspect because it tells us that, there are difficult times, but these two remain together even though they're shunned from a bigger group. So I do feel like whoever you have this falling out with, I actually feel like this is their energy. You have a small gathering or you have a gathering of people who sees how they are and they have somebody. I don't feel like they're completely alone, but I do feel like there's a divide here. There's some kind of division that comes out of this. And it's more you leaving them out, But you know what? That happens. If you can't trust people, and that's the funny thing about dishonesty because in this, even though I talked mostly about money, there's an element of dishonesty here. When you're honest, you have one choice. And the reason why people cling to dishonesty is that it gives them many choices. Well, the story can always change. I have multiple options when I'm dishonest, but when I'm honest, I have one choice. And unfortunately, though, it's aligning oneself with the shadow side. It aligns us with dark energy when we deliberately tell the truth. When we deliberately tell the untruth. So anyway, it's just a dangerous game to play, and they're going to have consequences from it, is what I'm seeing. So for those of you, since it feels like a fairly single energy here, if you're looking to attract love, we'll close with this oracle card here and then an Abraham Hicks. This is an oracle card to attract more love. This is perfect. Act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. So it really, the whole concept of act as if, it's really a law of attraction thing too. If you, clean out your closet and things like making space in your physical space for what if you did meet somebody, that's a great way to do that and feel what it would be like to share your dwelling. And then we'll close with money and the law of attraction. What if everything was always working out for me? When you play the what if game, look for things that make you feel better. There is never a situation in which there is not a way out, but out of habit, most people continue to choose the lack perspective until they eventually find themselves where it seems that there are no more choices. But as you hold to your intention to look for evidence of well-being and thriving and success and happiness, you will tune yourself to the vibration of those things. And so those kinds of good feeling experiences will dominate your life. Well, amen to that. I know I've done it in my own life, and it just seems like it builds a tremendous momentum the more that I practice it. So I love you so much, Aries, and I'll be back again soon.